Here are some things you can do with Google Docs. I'm in my inbox. I'm just going to click on Documents, and I'm going to go over here to Create New, and just do Create New Document, which is just like a word processing document. So now you can just type like a regular word processing document. First thing you should do is come up here and click on this little block and save it. So it's a saved document. Then you'll have this button over here. Right now it's grayed out and says save, so I know it's already saved. But the real beauty of these with the Google Docs is using sharing with them. So if a student has done this, they can come up here and click on share. This little window will open up. They'll be set as the owner, and there's a line up here that's how the thing will be shared. Right now it's set to private. Only the people listed below can access. And you can change that with a change button. You get several different options. Public, meaning pretty much anybody can get to it. Anybody who has a link can get to it. Anybody who's in our Tri-County domain can get to it. Or anybody within our domain that has a link can get to it. The private setting is kind of nice because you can limit who can have access to your document. So I'm just going to leave that. And let's say I was a student in Mr. Edmondson's room. I could come down here to add people and do his first two letters of his name, and I'll find his address in here. And it's set here where he can edit it. You can set it to either view or edit. So I'll just leave it at can edit and do share. So now that puts him in as sharing this document. So if he goes to his documents, he'll see that in there, or it could possibly be that he'll get an email that allows him to share it. But the beauty of this is if you're working on a project where you have a whole bunch of kids working on writing something, then Mr. Edmond can have his computer hooked up to the projector and go back and forth between the kids' documents and project those as well for that kind of a sharing thing. Also, he can go in and edit and leave comments, suggestions, things like that. Another thing that you can do is have a group set up so that you can share things within a group. For instance, I know Mr. Booth has a horticulture group that I've set up for him. So if I click in that, I can put in horticulture. So everyone in the horticulture group can now share this document. So you could work collaboratively on a project where each kid can go in even at the same time and edit a document. So you can work together on something. So that sharing can be real powerful to go back and forth, either sharing it with the teacher so the teacher can work on it, you can work on it, or within a group, or you can put in several individuals so you can have, say, 3 or 4 kids working on something at the same time. Here's what sharing looks like from the teacher's point of view. I'm in my inbox, and today in computer apps we're doing spreadsheets, and I had kids start one and then share it with me. So here's my inbox, and I have these messages telling me that someone in my computer apps has shared their spreadsheet with me. Now if I go to my documents link up here in the upper left, here are all of those shared spreadsheets. So I can click on one and go to their spreadsheet, see the work they've done. If I want to, I can, click in here, type just as they would type, leave a message, feedback. I could grade it, put the grade in there, whatever I want to do. So that's opening a new tab up here. So I'm going to go back to this tab before it. So here's all the other ones. I can go to a different one, do the same kind of thing. Once again, if I had my machine hooked up to my projector, then I'd be projecting each of these other kids' spreadsheets up with the projector, and the rest of the class could see, share, those kinds of things. So to organize some of this stuff over here, I've got folders for all my different classes. Right now I'm on all items up here at the top, so I see everything that's shared with me. So that's a ton of stuff. But you can create folders with create new folder. And then let's say, for instance, I had a class in statistics. I name it for that. Do save. Now I've got a folder over here on the sides. So if I want to put something in that new folder I've created, I just come over here and drag it over, drop it onto that folder, and it goes in that folder. So now if I click on this folder, I see the document I've just put in. It'll also, of course, all be up in here in my all items. You've got some other things, items that are owned by you that you started, all the items that are shared with you, trash folder, those kinds of things. But the idea is to, you can use the folders to organize things so you don't have just one folder with everything in it.